Music power.
But in the end, I mean, the reason we moved to Joburg from Port St. John's wasn't really a political thing at all. It was because we were all going crazy. We all had cabin fever. And one of the very sad stories that comes out of that was probably my best friend in St. John's. He grew into my best friend. That was the late Jim Ellery. He was the most brilliant mentor to have as a friend, because he would say, here's the rule, you give me the space to be who I am, and I'll give you the space to be who you are. Then we'll get on. And we got on like a house on fire. And I remember Jim was going absolutely stir crazy. And Jim kept saying, all I want to do, if you want to make me happy, is go to Joburg, do one show and go home. I'll be happy. So finally, he moved to Joburg. We didn't all move at once because the radio station stayed on the air. He moved to Joburg, did his lunchtime show, put his key in the door of his rented house, dropped down dead. Ka-ching. Very, very sad. And his son, Jamie, was, 6 months old at the time? So Karen moved back to Australia, where she was an Australian. And we lost touch with Karen. And when Jan and I went on that Australian trip, we landed in Perth, where Jan's mates are. And I said, well, I believe Karen lives in Perth, so let's see if we can get hold of her. And we believed that she'd got married, and his surname was Mains, but it was spelt M-E-I-N-S. So we knew it was Mains, and we knew he was maybe an electrical contractor. So I phoned the Perth telephone people, and I said, this is all I can tell you. I know his name's Mains, we think, an electrical contractor, and we don't know where they live, but that's it. So she said, I'll call you back. 3 minutes later, she phoned me back. And she said, here's the address, So we phoned. And I spoke to him, and I said, this is me, and I believe you're married to Karen, who used to be married to Jim Ellery. He said, yep. So we were then arranged to meet in the Duck Inn in Perth. What a pub. Brilliant. Long bar. The ladies on that side, the gents on that side. So Jan and I went, and Karen, and I can't remember his name, I think it was Tony. Karen and Tony went. First thing I had to do was go to the loo. Okay? The first thing Karen had to do was go to the loo, leaving my wife and Tony together at the bar. And Tony said, oh, you must be Jan. Oh, you must be Tony. Where are they? They've both gone to the toilet. So then we got reunited. And she said, why don't you come over, we'll burn some meat, we'll have a barbie. That's a great idea. She said, just one thing, because Jamie is now, so high. Please don't mention his father, because it upsets him. So I said, no, I went. So we got there, we had a great barbie, it was good fun, and we were about to go home. And Jamie said to me, he said, you knew my father. So I said, yes, I did, Jamie. He said, well, in that case, you're a very great guy.